Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Wednesday, April 18th, 2018. The past few days have brought a nice late spring storm to portions of the northern and eastern Great Basin. We did see some high elevation snow and even snow down to the valley floor in portions of northern and central Utah. Across central and southern Nevada and far southern and eastern Utah, things have been on the drier side for the past week or so. The past 72 hours worth of snowfall is shown on the image on the left, and we can see that storm brought snow to the central Idaho mountains, higher elevations of southern and eastern Idaho, western Wyoming, and much of the higher elevations of Utah as well. Current snow depth is not terrible over the mountains of central Idaho and western Wyoming, but it's definitely on the lighter side over the mountains of northern and central Utah. And just the higher elevations in Nevada are showing some current snow. The satellite imagery from this morning is showing a short break in the storm track for the eastern half of the Great Basin, but we're looking at this next area of low pressure already moving onto the west coast. That's going to continue to bring some cool, wet weather to the Great Basin for the next couple days, and then by this weekend we should see a longer period of warm, sunny conditions. By later today, we'll see that low moving into western Nevada, and that'll bring cooler temperatures and high elevation snow once again, and low elevation rain to the western portions of the region. Ventilation rates are pretty good ahead of this low pressure system. Transport winds are going to be highest today over south central Nevada with high mixing heights region wide. By tomorrow, that low will take a southerly track across the Great Basin and bring the chances of precipitation to central and southern Nevada and then down through central and southern Utah as it moves through the region. Ventilation index will remain high for tomorrow as well. The strongest winds on Thursday are going to be found across far southern and southeast Utah. The strongest winds will be over Arizona, so just outside of the region, as that low tracks across the southern Great Basin. And mixing heights will be really high, especially over Utah and southern Idaho. By Friday, that low will pretty much exit the region off to the east, and we'll see warming and drying conditions moving into much of the Great Basin, with pretty good ventilation rates continuing on Friday as well. Strongest transport winds on Friday will be over southern and eastern Nevada and moving up into eastern Idaho as well, with continued high mixing heights. So definitely favorable burning conditions for the next few days. The clearing index forecast for Utah is shown here with improving values over the next few days. Today's values may be on the lower side, but definitely increasing for Thursday and Friday. And the 3-day precipitation accumulations shown here really kind of showing how that storm system, that next low pressure that we're looking at, is going to track through Nevada and then take kind of a southerly track across southern Utah and into eastern Utah as well. Idaho will remain on the drier side with this one. And for the weekend, on Saturday, we're looking for dry and warm conditions region-wide. By Sunday, there is looking like a little short wave that moves through the northern third of the area, which may bring some light precipitation to some of those regions. Ventilation rates are still generally favorable, but may decrease a bit with that high pressure across the south. And by Monday, looking for the high to build in once again. Again, out into the extended period by the early to midweek next week, it's possible we could see another little low track through and bring in an increase in some cloud cover and possibly some precipitation as well. Although we're not really looking for any significant wet storms moving into the first part of next week. Precipitation accumulation amounts are shown here. This is for Saturday through Monday morning. I'm really looking for a nice dry weekend with warm temperatures and sunny skies region-wide, and then possibly looking for an increase in some precipitation across the north for early next week, Tuesday, Wednesday timeframe. The extended outlook from the Climate Prediction Center is finally calling for some above normal temperatures across the Great Basin for the third week of April. and basically equal chances on precipitation, maybe a little bit of a wet signal across far southeast Utah, and maybe some drying across the far north and west. This concludes today's smoke dispersion briefing. Please check back on Friday for the latest updates.